I do want to talk about what is a high value man. And obviously, I know this is a topic that probably been ran into the ground, but it kind of correlated to everything we were saying because I'll give you out a backstory. He's supposed to have a gentleman who's on the show, who's on the OWN network. And he has said he made a preference about.
Shout out to him.
Because he is a high value man. He doesn't want to date a woman that has kids. And boy, did that clip go viral.
Shorty feelings was hurt. What a loser. That clip went
viral like crazy. The women in that comments was going off on him.
The women on the show was going off on him.
The women on the show also.
Yeah, he has no kids. He has no kids. What would be the benefit in him investing in her and her kid that's not his kid? He was absolutely right. Just because he was raised by, like I was raised by a single mother, but I don't want to be one. I want to be better than my mother, and I was raised to be better. So because my mother was a single mother, I should go be one. So that's so.
Imagine a nigga using that against the woman.
So look, if your mom's a crackhead, you should go do crack too. She's an idiot. That makes no sense. You're supposed to be better than your
I'm gonna use that one. That's a good one.
I don't think it's gonna work out the same for you.
That makes no sense.
I'm gonna still use it. Like you know what I'm saying.
And as a parent, right? You have kids. I'm pretty sure you want your kids to be better than you.
Of course. 100%.
Thank you.
Now, but that's like the nigga saying like, oh well, your mom was a single mother, so you got to be a single. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you and you be a single mother. Like your mom did it, you could do it. Like come on, like you just.
She made it work. My mama made it work.
She was in her feelings. You could just go back to the man you had a baby by and make it work.
And she had a dude on the show. Somebody took her on that show. But what do y'all consider a high value man? Because we have all these different terms, and
I'm gonna go last.
And everybody seems to have their own different, definition of a high value man. To y'all, what's a high value man?
A unicorn.
A unicorn?
I mean.
You talking about Porzingis? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing. I wrote down a list of everything that I would possibly want in a man. And I know that if I gave it to my brother, shout out to my brother, him.
Yeah, shout out
if I gave it to my brother, he'd be like, half of that is unrealistic. So it's just like, it's a unicorn. Like, in my mind, the high value man is a unicorn.
What's the unrealistic part?
Like, I would like a man that's got to be like 6'1", 6'3", single, no kids, never married, makes over 6 figures,
That is the unrealistic part.
Which part? She named
over 6 figers. Because that right there is what would shrink her pool.
The height alone might shrink
everything
the
would be shrink. And he black or Hispanic. You know what I mean? Like
that pool is pretty.
Because most people
know what I mean. So you have to like figure out what your non-negotiables are and what are things that you can like.
I think the height. Because statistically speaking,
tall,
I think
so
but reasonable. I'm saying just in America, I think the percentage of men who are actually over 6 feet is like 15 to 17% of the male population.
Yeah, I let the
average height for men is like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, but that's the average height. We didn't even get to the finances, like you said. So now, like that, it goes lower and lower
in the race.
You know what I mean? And then again, those men are going to have the bulk of options. They could choose.
But you know what's funny? I haven't had a problem meeting men that had a good salary. Like 80 plus, I feel like that's a good salary.
Okay.
So I haven't had a problem meeting. It's the height for real. And then I also feel like there's a lot of people who have been in other relationships. Like, this is New York City. This is a fast city. And when you date, then you have heartbreak. You got to get over it. So I've met a lot of people who've had everything else, but then they were just emotionally unavailable. So it's just like you have to think about that too. Yeah. What people's traumas are.
Does that make you high value too? Your emotional intelligence, is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. For sure.
That's number one.
Yeah. For me, I think that's number one because something that I value at the most in my life is like my self-awareness and my emotional intelligence. Like that's key to me. I think a lot of people don't have self-awareness, and I think that that's why there are these projections of our traumas and insecurities in like society. And I think that's why men, have the pressures to date, women with kids and vice versa. And all of those, I think all of that stems from a lack of self-awareness. When you have a certain, confidence in yourself and a certain awareness of yourself, where you understand your flaws and your traumas and how that affects you and how to combat that and even move forward and past that, in relationships with other people. I think that is the key to really everything, because I think everything is mental. So for me, that's like number one, because your mentality is going to shape everything else, basically. Like if you have that, everything else, eventually will fall in line, because you're not ever going to get everything. So, everything is a give and take anyway. So, certain things are at the bottom of my list, but at the top, I would definitely say is like, mental and emotional stability and like even just competence, because everybody is not necessarily stable, but having the competence to know that you're trying to reach a certain stability, it counts for something too for me. And then finances and stuff like that also do matter. But I'm not that much with like, I don't want to say materialistic stuff, but for me, things are more like spiritual and emotional, because like that's just the basis of like how I value certain things in my personal life. So,
I mean, just that thought process is, meant to be grateful for, even to hear, you know what I'm saying? So
because you didn't start off with finances, like, you know what I mean? Like that was important to you, but you prioritize other things else. Well, what's the high value man?
For me, I feel like a high value man is a man that's submitted to God. It don't have nothing to do with money at all.
Okay,
that's it.
That's first and foremost. If he's not submitted to God, he's gonna fail in every other area of his life, or he's gonna lack.
Okay.
If he's not submitted to God, he's incapable of leading me.
Listen, shout out to all my church people, but not everybody that's going to church and submitted to God, that don't automatically make you a good person.
I never said that though.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people that go to church out of habit.
Yeah.
Going to church doesn't mean you have a relationship with God. Going to church is going to church. That doesn't necessarily mean you have a relationship with God. I'm talking about a man that is being submitted to God, and he's trying to be obedient.
Church is a business.
Yeah,
but
most
tax deductible too.
So when I think about a man being high value, that is first and foremost. His income means nothing, because he could be rich and be a heathen. Or a hoe. It's a lot of rich niggas that's sluts.
A lot of them, because they could afford it.
I work with a lot of niggas that get to the bag and they complete whores. Shout out to my coworkers. But that's the truth of it. So if he's not I'm gonna be honest, where I'm at now, if he's not submitted to God, I don't want him.
Okay, I'm at
least only trying.
I am only saying that because I don't even want to put the church niggas on the spot.
Go ahead, please do.
I ain't gonna do that.
Some of them be zesty.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't saying nothing about that. I'm just saying
some of them do.
Some of them be submitted, and you know what I mean.
They don't be. Then they're not submitted. They're not submitted.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it alone too, because I'm not even.
Niggas gonna
being
throw some holy water
to
on
God
us.
don't got nothing to do with going to church. I feel like people get that mixed up.
I'm gonna just say this in other words: the top ranked dude there be passing them panties around.
Then he's not submitted to God. He's not.
But he leading the whole ministry or what you call congregation.
That doesn't mean he's submitted to God. If he's submitted to God, you're going to.
But what I'm saying, if he's not submitted to God, but he's leading this whole ministry, what's to say about that whole ministry?
He's going to lead them down the wrong path, because he's not even on the right path.
But how do you know he on that right path?
How do you know?
Yeah.
You'll know. You'll know.
When you're submitted to God,
you'll know.
Okay.
You'll know. When you find out that your pastor is laying down with men, he's not submitted.
But before you find you find that out,
the truth always comes out. So it's gonna come out eventually.
But
you're gonna know.
Before you find that out, you going to church every Sunday listening to this man.
But when you go to church, you're not going for the pastor. That's not who you're going for. Yeah,
your own submission.
Yeah,
that you're going to either hear the word or I'm not a firm believer in like you have to go to church to have a relationship with God.
No.
I am a spiritual person. I have my own personal relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I go to church for is if I want to hear the music, if I'm going to hear the word. He's doing his job and preaching to me, and that's all that I really need. And if he's not doing a good job at that, then that also goes to show some other stuff. But
I do understand what you're
saying. I'm going to hear just the word. So, like, again, your submission is like the steps that you take, personally, like, and what that means to you on the inside, not like, on the outside, on the surface level of like what everybody else is looking at, like, because at the end of the day, the people are going to do what they're going to do. But it's like, I'm not here for the pastor and I'm not here for the rest of my congregation. I'm here for me. I'm here to either hear the word and listen to the gospel.
I would say that, but what you require, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really hard to find.
I know it is.
And
I'm not delusional.
That's because I'm God-fearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people that may believe, but, they do different things. It's just so hard to, genuinely.
I'm gonna be honest, it is hard. I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not all the way there. I almost knocked the bitch out. I'm not all the way there yet, but he working on me. He working on me, but I'm not. But I'm trying, and it's very, very, very.
That might be even lower than her list.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Too.
So
it's very hard, but that's the first requirement above anything else. That has to come first, because if that man is supposed to lead me, how can I submit to you if you're not submitted to who you supposed to be submitted to?
Yeah.
Great point.
So you would never be with a man that's like atheist and doesn't believe in nothing. He has to.
No. Absolutely not. I won't even date outside my faith.
That's
Catholics,
great.
Muslims, absolutely no. No, shout out to y'all, but no. Because, right, I personally don't want kids. But if I was to have kids, right, if we don't have the same faith, we're going to cause confusion in the kid. I can't be telling the kid about Jesus and you talking about mom, who that?
Yeah, I had
That's his successor.
I knew somebody that had an issue with that.
Who? Absolutely not.
You know,
Muhammad and Jesus not the same.
No, they're not the same, but I see it as, connected. They're like brothers. You feel me? Like
Muhammad's not even in the Bible. So for me, I couldn't marry someone who doesn't have the same faith, because we're gonna bump
his guy. Like
no. I don't know who that is. Whoever his guy, I don't know who that is.
Don't we have the same God?
No, I mean different religions. That's all God.
Religions don't got the same God.
Yeah, no.
So what God do Muslims believe in?
They don't believe that Jesus is the son of God.
In Spanish,
Allah means God in Arabic, but they don't believe in the same God that Christians do. They don't believe that Jesus is the son of God.
They still submit to their God, right?
Yeah. I need someone who's submitted to the God that I get on my knees and pray to. Because if not,
I could understand that.
Because if not, we're not equally yoked. And if we get married, at some point we're gonna bump heads. If we have kids, we're really gonna bump heads, because the kid is gonna be confused. I can't be taking them to church and you taking them to the mosque. It's not gonna work.
1,000%.
And there's different rules in different religions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Muslims, they can have multiple wives.
And that ain't never happening over here.
And
never.
See, her faith is different.
Only coochie.
Remember, we know somebody that's going. I'm gonna leave that on.
Wait, we talk about that after. I think religion and politics is two non-negotiables.
It's gonna be hard for your relationship.
Yeah. So what do y'all define as a high value man?
Okay. I would say somebody that's confident, a leader, protector of his family, intelligent, teacher, high value. Yeah, it comes down to providing, so finances as well. You know what I mean? But somebody that just puts his family before himself. That's a high value.
Oh, great point.
Does he have to have sexual discipline? This high value man?
What you mean by that?
Okay.
Oh, you mean cheating? That's what you're talking about?
Is he capable of? He has to have sexual discipline.
Yeah, I mean, if that's his religion, you know what I mean, then
he got to be able to turn the coochie down.
I mean, but it depends on who he.
That's a westernized thing, though. That men across the globe is getting coochie all over the place, and they submit to God.
They're not.
Not God.
You have to You have to have sexual discipline.
The women agree with that. If your woman agrees with it, how's that?
Say for instance, right? Say if I was dumb enough to agree with a man being with anyone other than moi, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to make the rules. He make the rules. So if he says you can only have one man, one woman, then it is. I don't get to make the rules.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to argue.
It's hard, because some people.
Shout out to him.
I'm saying, aren't they blessed to have multiple wives?
No, that's adultery. That's adultery.
Religion.
Like I said, it depends.
Talking about different religions.
It depends on the religion.
I don't think none of us is that versed in religion.
Yeah,
outside of hell, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, she's versed in her religion. But like I said, other religions. I mean, there's.
That's why y'all niggas flocking to Islam, because y'all want multiple.
Nah,
that's not why.
That's one of the reasons why I think.
You think so?
If I'm being honest, yes.
That's absolutely.
I gotta.
Niggas go to jail and they come out and all of a sudden they go in the mosque like nigga.
And
I think it's more of a protection thing.
Yeah.
You know,
in jail.
In jail, yeah. But
in jail.
Yeah. It's
then
more
that
for
means
protection.
you would do away with it when you get out. But a lot of times they stick to it when they get out.
And
I mean, if you was in there for
first
a
of all,
long time,
look,
you're gonna be
I
learning.
mean,
You know what I mean?
you can start something for the wrong reason. And
we're
then end up
not
at the right place.
questioning people religion.
Yeah.
So I want people to understand that we are making comments, but I want you to understand that we're not questioning or judging your religion or your faith.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to being Muslim, it's more than just having multiple. You have to take care of these women.
niggas like that
that's
part.
the thing.
You have to, like,
niggas like that part. Like, oh, I have 4 bitches.
But
yeah, but you got to take care. You can't just have them. You have to take care of them.
And you have to love them equally as
Listen,
well.
You
Like,
can
there
only
really
have
still
more than
rules.
one wife if the first wife agrees. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, facts.
They open the Quran and flip past them pages.
They do miss past that. I went
Yeah,
on
they
this date
skip-
one
yeah.
time during Ramadan with this Muslim guy. The check came. He was like, "So we splitting this?" I was like, "During Ramadan, and you're a Muslim man."
Haram.
Ain't you not supposed to be eating? No, like,
It was like 8 p.m. So he said he could eat after that.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, it was
Alright.
dinner time. I put on my jacket and I left. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was shocked.
so you ain't gonna have?
Huh?
You didn't go have?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why would
Yeah,
I do that? It's his religion.
He
Wait, but
invited,
ain't that for
fasting.
that's for like married when you married though. Like
he invited you. He invited you on a date.
The man,
Is he
what
gonna be
you
that
get
nigga?
while you date is gonna be the same man you're gonna get when you married.
He asked you out.
Because you're setting a
Great
foundation.
point.
That's a
You
fact.
think I would ask him out?
You're right.
Wait, talking about we don't have that same energy. We also got the same energy for the women who talk about they ain't gonna do wife things until they wife. Like, yo, they gonna change
Great
automatically
point.
Okay,
when they
that's
get
a
married.
A wife
like,
thing is giving a man a baby. Cooking and cleaning is not wife duties. You do that regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. Now, giving that nigga a baby, that's wife duties. And
But
if you didn't-
me providing is husband duties, correct?
Yeah.
So why should I have to do that in a relationship?
Well, it depends.
I don't mind doing
Oh,
that.
what?
First of all, for y'all go at me in the
Yeah,
comments like my name Wolf
I
or
don't
some
think
shit.
you go to the full extent of providing.
Yeah, you're
Shout
not
out to Wolf,
fully
man.
providing.
It's not fully.
Lunch.
Yeah, fully
And
providing.
dinner,
You don't do that
you
until
know,
that's bare
until you're
minimum.
married. You cannot give you can't give somebody everything prior because
Yeah.
then it's like, what would be the point of getting married?
Mm-hmm.
It's limits.
So you shouldn't be paying their bills if y'all dating.
No, why?
No.
Why would you be paying her bills? Y'all not. That's not your wife.
No.
Okay.
And even if that is your wife, tell that bitch get a job.
Word. Shout out to Els.
yeah, we just El's got to be a regular. I ain't gonna.
Yo,
listen.
like, she got to say all the stuff that I can't say because they gonna say I hate my mother and
You
all this
can
other
say
shit.
it.
Like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
can say it.
He
You
like,
can
he
say it.
hates
They're gonna
mother,
feel
like,
how
you know
they
what
I
I'm
be lighting them hoes up in the
Regardless.
comments. They hate me. I be lighting them hoes
They-
up.
I think-
They hate him too.
They
man.
hate.
I think just
That's
to
why
go-
you're on that side.
Yeah, that's why you're on that side. But I
Yeah,
think just to go back, I think to go back to the this is the keeping it real side. That's the pandering side over there. Like, the Dr. Umar got me shook side. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, listen, I think just to go back to the topic, I think a high quality man or high value man is a man with integrity. Like you said, emotional intelligence. That's important.
Yeah.
Men with confidence.
Mhm.
Man that demands respect from his peers, from others. Obviously, financial stability plays a role in there.
Masculine.
A man who's in his masculine, his frame, his purpose. I do think when we do tend to talk about this word, or when we hear this word, it is usually referred to the amount of a man's earning potential. You know what I mean? So that's what most women will look at a high value man as, oh, well, he's making the 6 figures. You know what I mean? He must be high value because he's earning so much money. So I don't think people really fully understand the breakdown. And even we probably don't even know the full breakdown. I know Kevin Samuels had his own definition. You go to somebody else, they got their own definition.
Yeah.
So
But it's refreshing to hear that y'all definitions didn't automatically go to finances when it came to a high value man.
You know where I be getting my bags from. I'm not.
But
materialistic.
finances is important. I want a woman that's concerned about finances. I want you
Yeah.
to be aware of how much I'm making and, not literally like pressuring me, beating my ass over how much money I have. But, I want you to
finances is important, but again, when you put that on a pedestal, you tend to overlook other aspects of a
True.
man.
But when you hear women say, "Oh, a high value man is a man making 6 figures," like they don't give a fuck what else comes with that.
They'll
6
tolerate
figures.
the other shit. Like, you know
They're
what I'm
not
saying?
even dating those men.
You
that-
can have a lot of money and be low value. Your income and your character don't got nothing to do with each other. A man can make a lot of money and be beating your ass.
And most of the time.
A lot of times they say they ain't got no personality. They just like boring and shit. Like, so I mean,
so
value is
she'll get with a man that got bread, right?
Mm.
She gonna fuck a nigga that work at White Castles.
White Castle was crazy.
I mean,
at least Popeyes. You know what I'm saying?
Chick-fil-A.
What?
Ain't nobody eating that shit. Like, you
So,
shit
I mean,
crazy.
Or Chick-fil-A,
No, if she's only there for the money, and then I feel like women need to have their own money as well, because if you get married, right? If your husband gets sick and he can't work, you gotta help. You have to pay the bills now. You can't always focus on his money because he may have it, he may not. Things happen.
Your money should be saved so we can have some for retirement.
Yes.
If we not using your money,
or if he gets hurt at work and y'all got a mortgage to pay, you have to step up and pay the mortage now.
It's
If
not
that
even
man
your
get
money no more.
cancer
It's
or
our
he
money.
gets sick, you can't be over his hospital bed. When the fuck you gonna get up and go to work? That doesn't it doesn't work that way.
The most mind-boggling video I seen about this was they asked a woman if her husband had got sick, what would she do? And she was like, "I'll just give me."
Shorty?
Yeah, she said, "I'll give me another husband." And niggas was like, "Wait, what? Your husband is sick? Yeah, I'll just give me another husband." And I'm like, "Damn, that's how quick we are to throw people like for sicker or for worse, like for richer or for poor. None of those vows really mean they don't hold no weight. We just say it just because we gotta say it just to say I do, but they don't really hold no weight in marriages, like, you know.
I seen that.
But men, I'm gonna be honest, men, right? A lot of men. Kim Kardashian has been married 3 times. Jada Pinkett.
There's only 3 times?
3. Kanye was her 3rd husband. Kim Kardashian has been married. Jada Pinkett has been married. Amber Rose has been married. Gabrielle Union. None of these women are marriage material. Men have a tendency. I don't know what it is. Y'all be thinking y'all magicians and that y'all can turn a hoe into a housewife, and it doesn't work that way.
Say this all the time. Tell them, Alex.
It doesn't work that way. And then I'm gonna be honest. Niggas will get the worst type of woman, and you've been warned about her, but you go thinking that you could save her, and you wife her anyway. And then when everything that you were warned about comes to pass, now you want to get on a podcast complaining about how all women ain't shit. No,
You've been dealing with.
Your mama told you that girl was a floozy, but you didn't want to listen. Now you in your feelings like, nah, it doesn't work that way.
I mean, honestly, in my Umar voice, you should have grace and show that man some grace.
You wildin'. Like, I look like a great. I look like I got
God. God will show.
I got a little bit of that.
You gotta give that man grace. Like, you know what I'm saying? He been through a lot. He been through his traumas, but you got to work with that man. Like, you know what I mean?
He ain't say that. He said you got to work with her. Like, he say that we.
I mean, but I gotta, I had to be.
So you don't expect nobody to show you grace?
I'm not. I don't feel like I'm entitled to it. If that man decides to show me grace, great. If he doesn't have to. Well, if I make a bad decision, that's not the next man's problem.
Oh shit! Can we clip this?
It's consequences.
That's not the next man's problem.
Definitely will.
That's not the next man's problem. Like if you out here and you picking females who are smashing their baby daddies in your crib or sleeping with your coworkers. I'm not gonna call no names.
But it's not a lot of options, so that's why she got to stay with that person.
This is the thing. People, and I'm gonna say this because people have this thing where if you're single, they throw it at you. Oh, that's why you ain't got no man, or you ain't got no woman, as if it's an insult. I sleep very well at night knowing I'm not getting cheated on. I know a lot of people who are in relationships, but they're not happy. But they're in relationships just so they can say that they have somebody, or they're in relationships because they're comfortable, but they're not happy. There's nothing wrong with being alone. It's better to be alone than to be with someone and they're the wrong person, because you're not doing anything but wasting time. And then after 5, 10, 15 years, you look back and be like, damn, I should have left 10 years ago. You don't waste all this time with somebody you knew you should have been left.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate that. Yo, this nigga Jew turned into Dr. Jumar Johnson over there. Like, yo, put that in the comments, Dr. Jumar Johnson. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's nothing wrong with being. It's better to be single than to be divorced. There's nothing
I understand what you're saying, but I do believe there's a person for somebody, and I want
for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're a person that deserves the right person. I know you personally. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, nigga, where I'm gonna find that nigga? You know that nigga?
He is somewhere.
Where?
Yo, where you at? You in the comments right now?
And niggas can't even hit you up because you like, don't hit me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where the fuck are they gonna find you in?
She don't be outside. She don't be outside.
Where would quality men find? That's what I'm saying.
I was giving God some praise.
But I'm saying, where would quality men find you? Realistically.
Okay.
You don't want to be found?
The majority of men are not faithful. Like
I'm asking you a simple question.
All right, so what about the faithful
quality men? Where can they find you?
Where can you be found?
Primark and Valley Stream just opened up. Probably Walmart, Target. You know what I'm saying?
Church.
I don't go to church for that. That's crazy. I don't go to church.
I mean, you're not gonna go there for that. But I'm saying if you're there, you know what I mean, and somebody.
After service.
Nah, I wouldn't go to church to find a man.
If it happens,
But don't they have
it
like
happens.
ministries? What is it called? Like, don't they have people that
My church don't do that foolishness.
They don't hook people up? Like,
That's not their place.
The
That's not.
It's
That's
not?
not. No, you're not.
That's
churches,
true.
they
That's more
have-
like
they
the
have
Jewish
stuff like
religion.
that.
The Jewish
No.
they have like
nah,
matchmaking and
churches
stuff.
definitely
Those
have.
churches, they're not supposed to do that. That's
What,
not
they got
your
date
place.
nights?
They
You
try
Christian
to.
mingle?
Nah, they try to.
Christian mingle? Like, what the fuck?
They're not
The
supposed-
pastor tries to put
They're
you.
not supposed to do that. That is not their place.
They're not supposed to do that?
No, you're not supposed to do that.
You got like them nosy, like, you know what I mean, people that go to church, like, you know what I mean, she be good for you, son. Like,
Yeah,
like, but you ain't supposed
Don't
to be in
even
there
know
like
she eating
Yeah.
glizzies after
It's
service.
definitely called something. I'm gonna look it up, but they do be having.
They're
on
not
some
supposed
churches
to do that though.
So you said holla at you after service though, that's what you said.
Probably just if it happens, it happens. I'm not. It's not my place to look. It's no woman's place to look.
But you would have to remove something though.
What?
That mindset of thinking that all men cheat.
I never
Yeah.
said all. I never said
but
all.
you said
Majority,
you said most. So
But
I mean,
that's true though.
And you
Okay, but you
and
should
you already
change your mindset.
and you already got a mindset that you ain't gonna
Trini.
find the
No,
Wait,
I
what?
never said that I wouldn't. I just said
Okay.
I understand that the chances are very slim. That's just the truth of it.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to find a black woman that don't got no kids, you understand that because of the amount that it's possible, but you understand that it's very slim. It's a slim chance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible,
Yeah.
but I'm realistic. I know that it's a very slim chance.
All right, but you gotta be more open. I think you real closed off.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if I just eliminate Trinis from the dating pool,
This is what I'm talking about right here, man. This is what I'm talking about right here, man.
If I eliminate Trinidadians or West Indians, period, I might have a chance.
Wow. Yo, I'm
That's
West Indian and I don't cheat,
I love
all right?
y'all.
So I don't
That's
know. I don't know what she talking about right now.
when Caribbean niggas get in a real relationship,
Trinis?
they don't cheat.
Trinis? That red flag is a red flag.
That's
That
bars.
red flag
That's
is a
bars. I
red
get- that's
flag.
Like, damn.
Yo, shout out to the trees out there. You know we don't cheat out.
Nigga trying to make it sound
Have a
believable.
shirt, Trinis don't cheat.
Trees don't
Yeah.
cheat. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Dailyrapupcrew.com.
We gotta put that up there. Listen, Wolf, how much time we got left? All right, let me get to this next topic, right? Yo, y'all funny.